What if I told you the real reason your life feels stuck has nothing to do with your talent, or your intelligence, or even how hard you work? It's that every time you start moving forward, you stop. Because here's a harsh truth most people never face. Most people don't fail because they can't start, they fail because they can't keep going. Think about it. You start a new fitness plan, miss one day, and suddenly it's been 6 months. You launch your business idea, but the first obstacle shows up, and you go back to scrolling. You decide to create content every day, but 1 week later, it's I'll start again next month. It's not that you're lazy or undisciplined or destined to stay average. It's that you don't understand the single force that separates finishers from perpetual starters. Momentum. Momentum is the real-life cheat code nobody teaches you in school. It's why some people become unstoppable machines of progress, while others spend years circling the same goals. Because here's the brutal reality. The hardest part isn't starting. The hardest part is starting again. Once you get that, everything changes. You stop waiting for motivation, and you start building unstoppable momentum. Welcome to Momentum, How to Become Unstoppable. This is Press Play. Let's go. Chapter 1, The Mechanics of Momentum. Let's kill the fluff right away. Momentum isn't hype, or vibes, or motivational quotes on Instagram. Momentum is physics. Newton's first law. Objects in motion stay in motion. Objects at rest stay at rest. Momentum is stored energy. Once you're moving, it takes way less effort to keep moving. But when you stop, you lose all that stored energy. And starting again feels 10 times heavier. Ever tried pushing a dead car? At first, it's brutal, but once it starts rolling, it glides. Momentum works exactly the same way. It's why 1 rep in the gym often leads to 20. 1 sentence written can become 5 pages. 1 cold DM can lead to 5 more. But here's the dark side. Momentum works in reverse too. Stop moving, and momentum starts pulling you backward, like a snowball rolling downhill, but in the wrong direction. Procrastination gathers speed, doubt grows heavier, comfort turns into a cage, until eventually, starting again feels impossible. If you feel stuck right now, understand this. You don't have a motivation problem, you have a momentum problem. Momentum equals energy times consistency. Here's where most people get it wrong. They think momentum is about motivation. It's not. Motivation is a feeling. Momentum is a force. 2 things create it. Energy, consistency. Energy. Momentum dies when you're drained. You might say, I don't have time, but the time isn't your real problem. Energy is. If your sleep sucks, if your mind is cluttered, if your emotions are fried, momentum has nowhere to live. This is why elite performers obsess over recovery. Sleep isn't a luxury, it's your recharge potion. Walks aren't laziness, they're how your brain resets. Silence isn't a waste, it's how you clear mental RAM. Think of Tony Stark in Iron Man. Every time he gets wrecked in a fight, he retreats to his lab. He's not hiding, he's recharging. Or Zorro from One Piece. He fights monsters, nearly dies, then sleeps for 3 days straight, so he can swing harder next time. Momentum requires energy. If you're running on fumes, you're going nowhere. Consistency. The second ingredient, consistency. Momentum loves rhythm. It hates randomness. Think about Goku in Dragon Ball. He doesn't train once a month. He trains daily. Small reps, big gains. Or look at Tanjiro in Demon Slayer. He stacks hundreds of tiny repetitions. Each one builds skill. Each one builds confidence. Same in real life. Write 1 page a day, you have a book in a year. DM 1 person daily, your business grows. Train 10 minutes daily, your body transforms. Consistency turns small actions into giant results. Because momentum is like compound interest. Small deposits grow into massive returns. Momentum surface tension. Here's a new way to think about it. Momentum has surface tension. At first, the reps feel hard, everything pushes back, but once you break through, momentum glides. It's why writing the first sentence is agony, but by page 3, you're in flow. It's why getting dressed for the gym feels impossible, but once you're lifting, you feel unstoppable. The early reps are heavy, but once rolling, momentum carries you forward. Chapter 2: How to never drop to zero. Here's the number one rule of momentum: never let momentum drop to zero, because starting from zero is exponentially harder. So how do you keep it alive? Minimum viable action, MVA. Enter minimum viable action. Momentum doesn't care how small your move is. It only cares that you moved. Too tired for the gym? Do 5 push-ups. Too overwhelmed to write? Type 1 sentence. Too busy for outreach? Send 1 DM. Tiny reps keep the circuit alive. Momentum has only 2 states: in motion, dead. There is no neutral. The Zeigarnik effect. Here's a secret hack: never finish everything. Sounds insane, right? But it's proven psychology. It's called the Zeigarnik effect. Your brain hates unfinished tasks. Leave your writing mid-sentence, and your mind itches to complete it tomorrow. Leave your workout half done, and you'll feel pulled back to finish. Anime does this brilliantly. Episodes end mid-action. Naruto's about to unleash a new jutsu, and it cuts to be continued. It's not just for drama. It's a momentum hack, because open loops drive you back into action. Use it. Momentum anchors. Another way to stay in motion? Momentum anchors. These are physical triggers that remind you, this is who I am. Gym bag in the hallway triggers workout. Journal open on the desk triggers writing. Sticky note on your monitor triggers outreach. Batman has the bat signal, you can have yours, because momentum starts before you ever take action. Momentum debt. Let's talk about the hidden cost nobody sees. Momentum debt. Every time you stop, you owe interest. One missed day isn't neutral. It costs double energy to restart. Think of Naruto. Every time he slacks off, he finds himself behind his peers or Rocky. When he takes time off, he loses his edge. It's the same in life. Miss one day, not terrible. Miss 2, friction builds. Miss a week, feels impossible. The longer you're off the horse, the heavier the horse feels. So here's the rule. If you fall off, get back up immediately. Your speed of restart determines the size of your debt. Momentum gates. Here's another trick. Momentum gates. Every 30 days, pause. Check your progress, adjust your systems. Are your reps too big? Is your environment cluttered? Is your energy tank empty? Momentum isn't just go, go, go. It's strategic recalibration. Anime does this all the time. Training arcs, power-up arcs, heroes stop, refocus, and come back stronger. Don't fear the pause. Use it to reload. Tiny totems. One last hack. Tiny totems. Small objects that remind you of who you're becoming. A bracelet, a ring, a special pen. Every time you see it, it whispers, I'm the kind of person who keeps moving. Little anchors, big momentum. Chapter 3, the proof loop. Building identity with momentum. Here's the secret nobody talks about. Momentum isn't just physical, it's psychological. Every action you take becomes proof. Proof becomes identity. Identity fuels more action. This is what I call the proof loop. Imagine you believe, I'm not consistent. So you skip a workout, procrastinate on work, your life stays scattered, which proves you're inconsistent. Loop complete. But the moment you take one tiny rep, a single workout, one cold DM, one page written, your brain logs it as, see, I'm the kind of person who moves. That tiny bit of proof becomes fuel. It's like Tony Stark in Iron Man. He doesn't wait for perfect conditions, he builds Mark 1 in a cave. It's ugly, it's rough, but it's proof he can escape. That one action becomes the seed for the Iron Man we know. Or look at Tanjiro in Demon Slayer. At first, he's hopeless, barely survives demon fights, but each tiny victory, one demon defeated, one new breathing technique mastered, one training session survived, becomes proof he's not weak. Proof, identity, more action. Momentum and identity are twins. You can't separate them because every rep, every tiny move is XP for the character you want to become. Momentum rewires identity. People say, "I'll act differently once I believe in myself." They've got it backwards. You act your way into belief. Identity is built through evidence, not wishes. Think about Naruto. Everyone calls him the problem child, the loser, the kid who'll never become Hokage. But Naruto keeps stacking tiny proofs, showing up to train, never quitting a fight, and believing in himself when no one else does. Each rep becomes proof. I'm not a loser. I'm the future Hokage. And one day, he is. Momentum reputation. Proof doesn't just change how you see yourself, it changes how others see you. Start showing up daily, and people start saying, "He always ships his work. She never misses a workout." This is your momentum reputation. It attracts opportunities, allies, respect, because consistency is rare currency. Identity thermostat. Here's the catch. Your subconscious has a thermostat. It tries to keep your life normal. Push too high above your old identity and it drags you back down. But momentum changes your normal. Tiny proofs raise your average until the actions that once felt impossible become who you are. Momentum testimonials. Here's a trick. Collect your proof. Screenshots of wins, checklists, a momentum journal. Every time your old identity whispers, "You're not consistent," open your journal, remind yourself, look at all this proof. Because your identity is programmable, and momentum writes the code. The XP bar. Imagine an XP bar above your head. Every rep, push-up, cold DM, written page adds a sliver of XP. At first, it's microscopic, but as you stack XP, you level up. This isn't a theory, it's how growth actually works. Chapter 4. Gamifying and multiplying momentum. Let's talk about making momentum fun, because discipline is great, but gamification is a force multiplier. Gamify your progress. Momentum loves visuals, habit chains, Seinfeld method, calendar streaks, see your progress grow, habit tracking apps, momentum dashboards. Jerry Seinfeld marked an X on his calendar every day he wrote jokes. He said, "Don't break the chain." That single visual cue kept him writing for decades. Momentum score. Here's another idea. Give yourself a momentum score. Each day, gym equals +1, writing equals +1, meditation equals +1. At the end of the week, see how high you scored. Your mission, beat last week, because momentum loves games. Momentum stack. Want an advanced hack? Momentum stack. Pair habits to create synergy. Gym plus learning podcast. Morning coffee plus journaling. Walks plus business planning. One habit triggers another. Double XP. Momentum anchors. Physical reminders keep you in motion. Gym clothes visible. Post-it notes on your laptop. Special music playlists. Batman has the bat signal. You can have yours. Reboot speed. Momentum dies in gaps. Don't fear falling off. Fear staying off. Goku gets defeated, but he trains even harder. The speed of your comeback defines your destiny. Momentum debt grows every day you delay. So if you fall off track, restart immediately, even with a single tiny rep. Community boost. Momentum multiplies in groups. Public commitments, group streaks, allies checking in on you. The Avengers assemble because no hero fights alone. Class 1A in My Hero Academia trains as a team. Momentum grows faster when shared. Momentum tax. Momentum's silent killer? Mental clutter. Tiny decisions drain you. Steve Jobs wore the same clothes every day, not because he lacked style, but because he refused to waste mental energy. Simplify your environment, clear your mental desk. Momentum loves clean space. Friction reduction. Reduce barriers. Lay out workout gear, pre-pack meals, keep your workspace clear. Less friction equals faster reps. Momentum rituals. Actors step into character with rituals. You should too. Clap your hands, take a deep breath, repeat a short mantra. It's your psychological start button. Momentum gates. Every 30 days, pause. Check your systems. Are your reps too big? Are you running on empty? Is your environment messy? Anime heroes train, then stop, refocus, upgrade. Momentum isn't endless hustle. It's controlled, evolving power. So let's wrap this up. You've learned momentum isn't magic, it's physics. It's built on energy and consistency. Small reps keep the flame alive. Every action becomes proof that rewires who you are. Gamification turns consistency into a game. Community multiplies your force. Momentum is how you become unstoppable. You don't need perfect plans or perfect conditions. You just need to keep moving. Because here's the ultimate truth. Tiny reps become identity, become unstoppable. Don't wait for motivation. Build motion. Stack proof. Rewrite your identity. And the game will finally be yours to win. So whatever you're waiting for, press start. This is Press Play, and your momentum begins now.